Hey guys, what's up? It's TDRP cubing here, and this is my face reveal. This is what I look like. I did say in one of my previous videos that I would be doing this video. I didn't say when I would announce it. In fact, I'm not announcing it in the title of this video either. Now, the thumbnail will have my face in it, of course, but it's really not a big deal. But yeah, this is my face. So today's video is about competitions and mostly the 3x3 event because I haven't gotten a sub 20 average in a while. If you've noticed, the last time I got it I think was in the Atlantic 2018, and that was my best average in a competition by far. And I've definitely had moments where I could have gotten one and I just ruined it at the very end, mostly due to nerves. And I've had other moments where I've just got done just horribly. And I've even gotten a 25-second average, which is, for me, is just really bad. When I average 18 seconds, getting a time, or at least an average 7 seconds slower is not very good. It's pretty horrible. Now, one thing I did when I first started competitions was I wouldn't have a routine. I would sit down. I wouldn't immediately be ready, but I took a few seconds, but I didn't really do anything special. Now, this wasn't a big deal at the time. I definitely didn't do as well as I could have. I did have competitions where I wondered what would happen if I did have a routine, and so I ended up starting one after my first video that I ever made on my channel of a competition. So the routine was very simple, however it was pretty effective. It was basically just taking a deep breath twice, and what that would do is it would calm me down and it would basically settle my nerves and I wouldn't feel as nervous. However, ever since I've been trying to get a sub 20 average, or at least another sub 20 average, doing that routine has not been helpful at all, because all it does is it gives me extra time and at least 2 deep breaths to think about my goal. What would happen is I would close my eyes and go to take a deep breath, and I would be shaking, and I would calm down a little bit. I would definitely not shake as much, but what that would do is in the back of my mind, I would just be thinking about completing the goal. It's not a very difficult thing, it's pretty basic. The more you think about something you don't want to think about, the more you start to think about it, because thinking about not thinking about it just makes it show up in your mind more often. Because not only are you thinking about it, but you're thinking about not thinking about it, which makes you think about it. So it's like 3 times worse than just not trying to forget it. That's what makes purposely forgetting something impossible. You can't purposely forget something. Now, at the last competition, Chipola 2019, I had 3 chances to get a sub 20 average, and I failed on all of them. I did pretty bad. I didn't do that bad. I didn't do as bad as the competition before when I got a 25-second average, but I did do bad. Basically, what I explained earlier about taking a deep breath and then me thinking about it and still kind of shaking, it's what I did the whole competition. Up until the last solve, I was basically nervous the whole time. I basically never calmed down completely, and I got pretty anxious about getting a sub 20 average. On the last solve of the competition, I basically just, I'd given up. That was it. I hadn't gotten the sub 20 average. I had already known I had failed. So as soon as I put the cube down, I just told the judge, I just went, I'm ready. I didn't think about it. I didn't do any routine. I just immediately, like some of the people in my competitions, like Tommy Cherry, I was just immediately ready. I had no nerves. There was nothing to be nervous about. I had already known I had failed. And the thing that happened to me was that when I was solving, I felt like I was going just as fast in that solve as I had been going in other solves. In the other solves, like I said, I felt like I was going the same speed, but I just couldn't get sub 20. I don't know why. I felt like I was going as fast as I possibly could. I did the exact same thing on the last solve of the competition and got an 18. So as much as I don't want it to be true, nerves are very effective in my ability to solve, and they could be for your ability to solve too. I think there are a lot of people who can relate to this, and there are a lot of people who are affected by nerves, and nerves do hinder their ability to do things other than just cubing. For me, there's not much else that I've ever done in front of people that I've been nervous about. Cubing has definitely been the biggest thing. If you don't already know, I play soccer. When I play soccer, I don't get nervous. I play in front of a huge crowd, and I never really seem to get nervous. I've made plays, and I don't know what makes cubing different from soccer in the perspective of being in front of a crowd, but for some reason, with cubing, I get a lot more nervous than I do in soccer. I think the big difference is I'm used to playing soccer in front of a crowd, and I've done that for years and years since kindergarten, and basically back when I started, I didn't really have nerves. I never got nervous about anything. I was a little kid. So the longer I played in front of a crowd, the more used I got to it. So once I really started getting nervous and knowing what it felt like to be nervous, I wasn't, because I'd played in front of a crowd for so long. With cubing, however, I think I've only been to about 10 or more competitions. I haven't been to nearly as many competitions as I have played soccer games. I'm not too used to cubing in front of a crowd. I mean, you think by the 10th competition I would be somewhat used to it, but I think the reason why I haven't been able to get used to it is me trying to come up with a method for being able to stay calm and not be nervous to get good times. For some people, they probably need the extra time to calm down and make themselves calm before the solve, because if they start and they're nervous when they say they're ready, then they just get nervous as they're inspecting, and they're not ready by the time they start their solve. They only have 15 seconds to inspect. I at least thought I was like that, where I couldn't just say I'm ready. However, I know that doing that does work, because I don't think about anything that would make me nervous. I don't think about not being nervous. So it does work for me. My suggestion would be to just try whatever you think will work for you. Like I said, some people can't do that, some people can. If you go to Florida competitions, and you would know that Tommy Cherry doesn't have a routine. He just sits down, he's ready. The only thing I can really suggest to people that I think everyone can take is just don't overthink it. Saying don't think about it makes you think about it more. But if you just think about it firsthand versus thinking about not thinking about it, it's actually better, for me at least. Because like I said, that's 3 times worse if you think about not thinking about it, because it doesn't make it go away. Now, I'm no expert to nerves or anything to do with being nervous. I can't recommend anything really, so you don't have to take my word. But basically, this has just been my take on having nerves in competitions. So if you want to see Tommy's channel, I will leave a link in the description where you can find it. And if you want to know how many competitions I've been to, I will put it on the screen, but if you ever want to know any other time, you can just go to my About page on my channel. So that, guys, was the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, make sure to ask them down in the comments below. Besides that, have a good day and bye. See you next time.